Community and Wellness Center. Come on inside Recreation. And welcome to Inside Recreation. My name is Anne Marie Holly, and I'm the host of Inside Recreation and the program director at Greater Fall River Recreation. Today, we're going to explore inside the Community Wellness Center and have some of our partners here to learn more about what they do at the Community and Wellness Center at 45 Rock Street. We're going to start off our segment here with Allison Haig, who's the program manager of the Family Resource Center. Hi, Allison.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So you are the program manager at Family Service Association's Family Resource Center.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about the Family Resource Center?
Sure. The Family Resource Center is actually a new initiative in the state of Massachusetts. The Family Resource Centers were embedded in the new law for children requiring assistance. Some people might remember the old law. It was called Children in Need of Services, or CHINS.
Okay.
So in the new CRA law, Family Resource Centers were embedded in 2012. It took a couple of years to get the funding in place, and now every county in the state of Massachusetts has a Family Resource Center.
Oh, great.
Bristol County is actually very lucky because we have two. So New Bedford has a macro Family Resource Center. In Fall River, we have a micro. So the only difference is really staffing. So we have limited amount of staff, but
yes.
We have a great team. But pretty much any individual within a family member in the Greater Fall River area can call or walk in, and we will help connect them to any resource that they need. And we also have programming on site, which we'll talk about a little later. But
great. So, and you guys have a beautiful space.
Yes,
we
love
in the Community
Recreation
Wellness
Center. Yes,
so beautiful. I want to hang out there all the time. But
we really wanted to make it family friendly. It is supposed to be a family resource center, so we want families to be able to come in with their children, be able to get help and services they need while their children can just play. We have a wonderful space for kids. We have books, toys, anything you can think of. And we also can offer refreshments when families come in and get them connected with food if they haven't eaten or a drink. And we have a whole resource area where we have brochures of hopefully everything in the community that a family might need, and we're always continuing to search out and do more outreach in the community to get connected to resources and make sure we have their information in the center to share with families.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So can you walk me through maybe like the process of if a family walks in, what does that look like? How do you help them and connect them?
Sure. So I'll start just with the children requiring assistance, since we were embedded in that law. So typically, those sort of families do get referred to us from the public school system or private school system. It's typically because children requiring assistance might be the family may be dealing with children's issues regarding truancy or school behaviors, sexual exploitation. Sometimes they call it like a stubborn child, where maybe they're not following the rules at the home that the parent or guardian is implementing. And those we would reach out to the family. It's voluntary for them to participate with us, but they are given an opportunity to meet with a licensed mental health clinician and a family partner. And they'll sit with the child, youth, family, whoever would like to come in, and we do a large family assessment, kind of identifying the strengths within the family, the needs. We develop a really nice family support plan where we may be making referrals to mental health services, in-home therapy, also maybe scholarshiping them to participate in a recreational program at Recreation. So anything kind of that's identified with the family at that time. We develop a family support plan for them, put that together, and the family has that, and we'll connect them to any kind of programming at the center as well. So if there's a group they'd like to participate in that we're having, they can do that.
Great. That sounds amazing.
So that's kind of the specialized services piece. But then for any community member, family member, provider who calls us. We just ask really what they're looking for. If we have the information on hand, we will provide it over the phone, or if we don't, we will take their information and we'll look into getting that resource found for them, and then we'll return the call and get them connected to what they need.
That's amazing. So kind of a one-stop place where people can go to be connected with whatever they need in the city.
Absolutely. And I think the best part of it is most programs in the city, there's eligibility criteria. So, you know, if you have to go to a doctor, you have to have a specific insurance, right? So the Family Resource Center is open to anyone. So you don't need to have a referral. You can call us or walk in on your own, and you don't need to have any specific insurance for us to help you.
So you spoke a little bit about groups and programs that you guys provide. So what do those look like? What kind of services are you offering through them?
So we provide evidence-based parent education groups. That's probably a really large program that we've been running since we opened. And we do active parenting of toddlers, active parenting of children who are 5 to 12 years old, and active parenting of teens and tweens. That's typically anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks long. We meet weekly with the family. We do provide childcare, and we usually typically feed them lunch if it's during the day or dinner. We also, many people are familiar with Nurturing Fathers, so we don't run that at the center because Fall River already has such a well-developed, established program here. We refer them to Child and Family United Neighbors for that, but we do run family nurturing programs, so we run Nurturing Families of children 5 to 11 years old, and we just actually kicked off this year, which we were really happy about. Due to the opioid epidemic here, we are running a nurturing parenting program for families in substance abuse treatment and recovery, which has been wonderful.
Yeah.
So we have parent education groups. We have a monthly parent support group that we run with our family partner, and that's really for any parent to just be with peers, talk about issues, be able to do some self-care activities. We also are really proud that we've developed a really nice Grandparents Raising Grandchildren support group that meets monthly on Tuesday evenings, and we actually collaborate with United Neighbors for that. So Wendy Garflip is the facilitator, and again, that's a really nice space for grandparents to be together. We provide childcare for that and dinner. We have started a toddler reading and activity group, which we run monthly as well. So we do provide families with the book to take home, and we usually have some refreshments, and then we do a nice activity that ties into whatever the monthly book is for that month. What else? We have run anger management for youth and adults, so kind of any kind of mutual self-help group. And then we have done life skills, and cooking demonstrations.
Right. And don't you have something as far as dementia? And
yes, so we do partner also with any agency. So we have a wonderful, beautiful space, like you said. So we'd love to welcome any provider in who would like to have a space. So we partner with Hope Dementia and Alzheimer's Services, and they run 2 times monthly an educational support group for caregivers of persons with dementia and Alzheimer's. And then the Parent Information Network also holds their parent support group there as well.
You guys are busy.
And we're really excited that South Coast has just started an anti-human trafficking coalition group, and that will be held monthly at the Family Resource Center as well. So just trying to see what the community needs and any way that we can assist.
Definitely. So about how long has the Family Resource Center been open?
We actually opened in August of 2015.
So you're already doing
2 years.
a ton of stuff in a very short amount of time.
It's exciting.
It's very exciting.
I think Fall River's been waiting for a program like this, and that's what's really so exciting. People are very welcoming, and again, it's accessible.
And you think it's, very beneficial to the community?
Absolutely.
How do you think? Yeah. Just giving people a space to come together and talk and support each other and get any services that they're in need of. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, and that's a lot of the research for Bristol County does say parents just often don't know where to go. They don't, or they're not educated about programs or resources, and so hopefully we can just continue to outreach and educate and let people know that they can call us or come in at any time, and they're always welcome, and it's their center. So.
Great. Well, I know that Recreation absolutely loves having you guys in the building.
There.
So can you tell me maybe about some other programs that Family Service Association provides for the Greater Fall River area?
Sure. The agency actually has been in Fall River over 125 years. So They have a legacy here. It's awesome mission to be part of. We have programming from infancy through elderly. We do have a website, so that's the best way to learn about our programs. It's www.frfsa.org. So Fall River Family Service Association.org, if you think of it that way. It's tough, but lots of programs. And again, we have all of that available at the Family Resource Center. So if anyone wanted more information and didn't want to go on the website, they're welcome to call us or come in and we'll connect them to whatever they need.
Great. And okay, so my final question, this is the big one. What do you like about being located at the Greater Fall River Recreation Community Wellness Center?
The building is awesome. It's great to be located right downtown. I think we're very accessible. We're on the bus line.
Yes.
And then the partnerships within the building. So it's really great to be able to offer families the scholarships for all the recreational programming. People have really loved realizing too where you guys have moved to, and so it's so nice. We'll try to give a tour in the fitness center, and then for specialized programs we do help a lot of transition age youth or families get connected with High Set or with Youth Build, and then we obviously work with families who are dealing with a lot of issues, and sometimes there is some gang involvement or violence that's happening or occurring with the family, and we help connect them to the youth outreach program. So
I was just mentioning how there's just such great partnerships within that building, as far as if we're not able to help somebody, we can refer them to you guys or to Youth Build, and you know, we all kind of know each other's strengths and we definitely play to them, and it's just such a great environment to be in.
Not one program can do it all, so it's really like a collaboration, and so nice to be able to just walk down the hall. Yeah. And I can introduce you to that person right now, or the director, or the staff.
Yeah, and then we have such a great partnership with Grace, who's the executive director, is Portuguese speaking, so she does a lot of interpreting and all that kind of stuff, so translating, so. Great partnerships, and we're just so happy that you were able to come on today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So please, come on down to Recreation at the Community Wellness Center and visit the Family Resource Center with Family Service Association. Say hi to Allison and to Jessica, who works there, and we'd love to see you. Please stay tuned. We're going to have our Youth Build partner on next, so we'll be right back. Greater Fall River Recreation, formerly known as CD Rec, is a grassroots nonprofit recreation center in the heart of Fall River. You may be asking yourselves what makes them unique from other programs in the city, but what you may not know is that we are 100% grant funded, offer an array of after-school programming for youth in the city, and are the hub of an outreach program that services over 150 of Fall River's highest risk young people. We are home to a High Set program, house an affordable neighborhood fitness center, run the sailing program at the boathouse, and provide nearly 50,000 lunches to children during the summer. Recreation also runs some of the largest city events, including the annual Holiday Parade, Kids Kickoff to Summer, Halloween Party, and more. We were recently displaced from the Bank Street Armory and are settling into our new home on Rock Street. The new Community and Wellness Center is home to us, Family Service Association, and Youth Build Fall River. We have begun capital improvements to expand our building to house more partners and create a gymnasium to bring our programming back inside our walls. Please visit gfrrec.org to learn more about us and make a donation to our efforts in building a one-stop community center for all. As always, we believe in one community, one future.
I got good sea legs from a year of trying to find my footing, and I'm missing my home even more than I should. Forget all the lessons we learned, you should have been good to me. Forget all the lessons.
When you download music illegally, you're stealing from musicians, songwriters, and people like Addie, who are denied payment for work that is rightfully theirs. Do what's right. Get it legally.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Hello and welcome back to Inside Recreation. I'm Anne Marie Holly, and I'm the host of Inside Recreation and the program director at Greater Fall River Recreation. Thank you for tuning in to our partners episode. Our next Community and Wellness Center partner is Youth Build Fall River, who we've been partners with for many, many years. And I'd like to welcome Sean Connell to the program. Hi, Sean.
Hi, thank you guys for having me very much. I'm happy to be here.
How are you doing?
Oh, it's Friday, so that's always a good day for us teachers.
I hope this airs on a Friday, so
Exactly.
this makes sense.
And it's beautiful out. It was 70 degrees out. I wore shorts.
Absolutely.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
We can get away with it now.
We can get away with it. So how long have you been with Youth Build Fall River?
Yeah, so I graduated from college in 2012, and after I got my college degrees, I was looking for something to do, a way that I could give back. And my friend worked there, who's a case manager now, Miss Rio. And she applied and told me about a job that they had, an AmeriCorps position. So I became an AmeriCorps Vista there, a volunteer in service to America. And I worked with their systems and their case management department to create pathways to make the application process easier. And I helped write some grants to help us get our CNA track off of the ground. So that's how I originally started. And then a teacher position became available in the spring of 2014, January and February. And I've been teaching full-time there since then.
That's amazing. I actually also got my start through AmeriCorps at Recreation. It's such a great program. I recommend it to anybody who's graduating college and needs to find kind of their way and wants to give back while they're doing it. Such an amazing thing.
I had a really good experience with it. I was able to kind of create some capacity building exercises for the program and ways to make the streamlined process easier, and to kind of, because we have a lot of paperwork with our application, because we know we want to make sure we bring in the students who are going to use all of our services. So it was just really kind of an exciting way to get involved in the community through a job that was actually a paid almost internship. I got money towards my college loan, so it was just it was a wonderful fit, and I fell in love with Youth Build. So now 5 years later, here I am.
Awesome. So why don't you tell me a little bit, or tell us a little bit about Youth Build Fall River and what that program's all about?
So Youth Build Fall River is a small affiliate of the Greater Youth Build movement. So the Greater Youth Build movement was started in the 70s with Dorothy Stolman out of Harlem, New York. She saw a disconnect between the education system kind of leaving a lot of kids behind, and at the same time neighborhoods were kind of crumbling. So she created a program called Youth Build, where we could take those kids who were out of school and out of work and put them to school and put them to work, rebuilding their lives in their neighborhoods. And it grew just exponentially from there. Youth Build Boston was actually the second program in existence in the early to late 70s, early 80s. Youth Build Fall River was officially founded in 2006. So we have been a part of the Fall River community for 11 years now. We're a decade strong, and we just got refunded, so we'll be open for at least for the next 3 years. So we're really excited about all the things that we've kind of done over these last 10 years and how we kind of fit into this broad Youth Build movement that now has 275 programs in every single state in the county, including some internationally now, where we're opening up Youth Builds in the Virgin Islands, in American Samoa, and London.
That's amazing.
So it's now this kind of growing movement where we're kind of connecting the dots to where our education system can't help everyone. We can kind of help those kids help themselves and rebuild their communities all at the same time.
That's so amazing. And you guys have been in existence for about 11 years, you said, and I believe you came to the Armory right away.
Yep.
So we've been partners, Recreation and Youth Build, for at least 11 years. And you guys were up on the 3rd floor of the Bank Street Armory, and now you're down on the 1st floor with us in the new Community and Wellness Center. So we're so excited to have you with us, as always. I think that was kind of part of our deal, that wherever we're going together.
Absolutely, and you guys are really an extraordinary partner. You guys have helped us with so many things. You know, when we first founded the program, I wasn't there when we first founded the program, but I've heard all of the stories and how it kind of happened. And you guys are nothing but accommodating for us. We technically started in 2005 because we had a year of rebuilding the 3rd floor before we kind of get the program operations up and running. So you guys have just always been a partner with us. You guys have always helped us since I've been there, since the program started. You immediately welcomed us into the center. The Armory was an amazing space, but now we're in an even more amazing space in so many ways. So we're just really excited to still be partners with you guys.
Yeah, and I mean, we were just speaking with Allison Haig from Family Resource Center and
adore her.
Me too, Family Service Association, just about the partnership among the 3 partners that are currently in the Community Wellness Center, and the fact that, you know, if we're not able to service a person through our programming, our outreach program, we'll bring them down to you, and kind of vice versa. For some reason something doesn't work out, you bring them up to us, and the Family Resource Center is there to service all of the clientele that we serve. So it's just such a great atmosphere to be in, and hopefully we'll be able to grow that and invite more partners in and continue it.
Yeah, because I mean, we've worked with Family Services Association before. I've worked personally with Allison. Like I said, I adore her. And we have actually I've helped some of her cases. I've helped tutor some of them, because we're part of a community, and it's not just, you don't have to just be a Youth Build student. So that's my schedule pending. People who are watching, as far as my free tutoring goes, because we just want to make sure that all the services are available for anyone who needs it at any time. So, if FSA can't get to all their tutoring appointments, we've taken students from them before. And we've referred people back and forth to each other, and we've used each other's services in so many unique and amazing ways that it's really kind of amazing to see this community center up and running in such an impactful way.
Yeah. So can you tell me maybe the ins and outs of the Youth Build program? So like, what does a typical day look like for maybe a student who attends?
Yeah, so Youth Build's kind of run like a vocational program. So we don't have rolling admissions. We generally do one class a year. And generally used to run on a school year, but our budgeting kind of got pushed back. So now we run a program year from January to October. So we bring a bunch of kids in around January. We have a process called Mental Toughness. Mental Toughness is a process where we kind of bring in all the successful applicants, which are the applicants who did all of our kind of steps, where there's some paperwork you have to do, some documents you have to kind of have. You have to attend an info session so you know what you're getting yourself into for Youth Build. And then during the Mental Toughness process, it's kind of like an audition, like a 3-week audition, where the first week we get to know each other, we do team building exercises, and then it's kind of the program light. So then we'll do 1 week in education with half of them and 1 week in construction with half of them, and then they rotate. Then after the Mental Toughness process, we let all of the kids into the program, or we let some kids, sometimes we refer kids out depending on where their service needs are at or what they need, whether or not they're able to get all their documents and stuff in a certain amount of time. But then once they're in, we operate just like a vocational school. So they'll be split up into 2 different groups. This year we took 40 kids, so they're split 20-20, and one group goes to education and one group goes to construction. So they're there Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 2. They're working on either their construction projects in construction, which is any sort of levels of community service, from basic tool training to building boxes and toolkits, all the way up to building and rehabilitating houses in Fall River. Youth Build actually built the first greenhouse in Fall River that runs entirely on green electricity on the corner of Rodman Street. And I don't remember, it's called Rodman, and there's a corner of it. It's right behind the Stop and Shop there.
Okay.
We also rehabilitated a house on Downing Street, where we rehabilitated 6 apartments over there. We built the tree farm in South Fall River near the Bay Street. If anyone's seen the tree farm, we planted that and raised all the raised beds for it. So the construction projects vary based on the service projects that we get from the city through our city partners. And then this year, we're actually building a tiny house for a homeless veteran.
Amazing.
So it'll be a tiny little kind of enclosed house that will be compostable, it will be green, and it will be movable. So that way the veteran will be able to kind of go where he needs to go, or be where they or her needs to be. And we're looking actually through partners right now, because we should be wrapping up that project this year. And then in the classroom side, when they're with me in the classroom, so I'm the classroom teacher there. I love construction, but I don't know much about construction. So in the classroom side, they work on their GED skills. And it's a really interesting kind of development, because everyone, we kind of give them their own tracks and information to say, you can do this, you can do it this way, you can get your GED immediately, then go on to college, depending on where their skills are at. Because all of our students come in at different levels. We take ages 16 to 24. So I have some kids who might have dropped out of school recently, or some kids who may have dropped out of school, 7 to 8 years in the past. So I kind of have to create a classroom that helps them all.
Yeah.
So that's what their typical day looks like. And then the following week, they switch. So if they were in education, they go to construction, and vice versa.
That's amazing. So it's a very structured program
Very
that
structured
they get to
program.
take advantage of and kind of be met where they're at.
Exactly.
Yeah, great. So can you tell me a success story maybe that you've had?
Absolutely. So I don't want to name any names, because I didn't check with any of my students to see if they would allow me to talk about them. But I remember, so some of the things that we get to report is easy, like how many kids get their GED, right? We can report that pretty easily.
Yeah.
But some of the magic that you guys don't get to see is what happens with these kids socially, with the structure that we create and the family atmosphere that we kind of foster. And I had a student she was developmentally disabled. And when she first came to Youth Build, she wouldn't talk at all. So it was just a matter of getting her to be comfortable and understand where she was at, and she just wouldn't talk when she first applied, and she came back and she was like, you know, I think I can be really excited here. I think I can be really safe here. And she went through her program year, and by the end of the year, not only would she talk out loud, she made a bunch of friends. She was in all of our graduation pictures. She ended up kind of becoming, you know, she really blossomed and started to understand herself and her position as a person. And the things that she liked that she's been picked on relentlessly for are things that are just as normal as anything else. And we're able to work with her, and she had a fear of math, because you know, math really kind of defined a large part of her life. So we were able to work with her on individual math skills. Now she's doing algebra.
Yeah.
Right. So
Amazing.
I mean, it's really incredible to see the journeys, and that's just one of countless stories that we see every year.
Wow. And what are some of the challenges that you guys see the young people face in Fall River?
Yeah. Right, so Fall River, in a lot of ways, like I love Fall River. It's why I was born and raised in Fall River. You know, I got college degrees, and a lot of people are like, oh, get out of that city. Like, but this is my home, right? And I love Fall River, and there's a lot of opportunities here. On the other side of it, though, right, there's a lot of things to get in trouble with, right? So it's really easy for our students to trespass, you know, and then they have a charge. So they fight with all the kind of system limits that they hit when they have a rap sheet. A lot of them never liked attending school, so attendance problems are really a huge problem for us. So I try to be as fun, as excited as I can be to try to get them in the door and make sure that they're paying attention to the lessons. And
I think you have no problem being fun and exciting.
I try. So, you know, because I realize that, you know, we only have them so many hours a day. When they're outside of that, you know, they're up against the drug epidemic that our city is facing. You know, they're up against a city that's kind of decaying in a way that we don't have a lot of things to do, right? We don't have a bowling alley anymore. We don't have a movie theater.
They're working on that.
So we're working on it. We're
that.
absolutely working on that stuff, you know, because stuff that for kids to do again. You know,
So
we have
important,
Laser Gate, we have the shooting gallery, so we're definitely getting there. But it's really easy for our kids, you know, who are not in school, they don't have jobs. It's really easy to find trouble for them. So it becomes a situation where it's kind of like a willpower test for them of how much as they love youth builds, as much as we can help, we can't be there all the time.
Right.
And so we do have a case management staff that can help with some of those obstacles that they face, but they all face obstacles in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. Well, great. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, my last question, I have one more, is what do you like as Youth Build? I want you to speak on behalf of the whole office.
Yes, I would love to.
What do you like about being located in the Greater Fall River Recreation Community and Wellness Center at 45 Rock Street?
Oh my God, so it's so convenient because a lot of our students struggle with transportation. So the fact that we are a couple of minutes from we weren't far before at the Armory, but we can see the bus terminal from our office windows. I like the fact that we're so close to Government Center, because it's a really great way to teach civics for my kids. So if we want to go over and talk with the mayor, we can walk right over to Government Center. It's right there. So it becomes a situation where we have all these supports and almost like family. Like I consider you like family. Like I know if there's anything we ever need, you know, we're able to talk, and we have a level of communication and a building that we share that really meets all of our needs in really incredible ways in a location that's just perfect.
Well, we appreciate you being a partner in the center for sure. And I love you, Sean. Thank you so much for being on the show. And thank you for tuning into Inside Recreation and learning all about the partners that we have inside the Greater Fall River Community and Wellness Center. And we hope you'll stop by and learn about them. Check out the Family Resource Center or come and peek in on one of Sean's classes and see what he's bringing to the table. And we will see you next time on Inside Recreation. Thanks so much.